Hey guys, Chris from the Hidden Reserve here, and in today's video I want to be talking about the importance of convertible term insurance. No one really talks about this, but it's a very powerful tool for you and your family to just be aware of. And the biggest thing with convertible term insurance is it's giving you more options than a standard term insurance policy. Essentially how it works is, think of a term insurance policy. You can get a 10-year term, 15, 20, 30, and you're essentially renting your life insurance policy for that period of time. So if you had a 20-year term insurance policy, let's say your premium was $50 a month and you had $500,000 in coverage, after that 20-year term is over, then the life insurance is gone. So that's essentially how it works. You're paying $50 a month, and then God forbid, if something happens to you within that 20 years, then that, in this example, that $500,000 death benefit is going to be paid to you, your family, whoever you're deciding to leave that money to, your beneficiaries. So it's a cheap way to get a lot of coverage. And that's a great thing to have in place for anyone. Now, something that's slightly different is the convertible term policy. So think of the term policy, but it gives you another option. It gives you the option down the road to convert it over to a permanent policy. And there's a couple different scenarios where I believe this can be a good fit. So number one, if you're just someone who values life insurance and you want to have coverage your entire life, then having a convertible term policy is a way to have low coverage now, a low premium dollar amount, still get the coverage you need, and then down the road, let's say you have a 20-year term policy, maybe year 15, you decide, I want to convert this over to a permanent policy. You're able to do that without having to go through medical underwriting again. That's what's powerful about it, is you're basically locking in your insurability. So that's something, just if you're new to the life insurance space, the older you get, the more you're going to pay in premium. So if you can lock in insurance, your coverage now at age 30, 40, 25, while you're young, if you can lock it in now and you have the convertible option, you're just saving yourself and your family just a lot of headache, because there's a good chance, there's a definite chance rather, that your insurance premium is going to go up over time. But the other thing that none of us know is, are you even going to be insurable down the road? None of us know what's going to happen to our health. You might be young and healthy now at 30 years old, 40 years old, but at 50, some health thing might come up to where you're not insurable anymore. But if you don't have convertible term, or if you don't have any insurance in place at that point in time, you can't get it anymore. You're going to have to go through a spouse or someone else. There's other options, but the point is, with the convertible term, you're just giving yourself the peace of mind and more options down the road. So another thing to be aware of with convertible term, and let's say you locked in $1 million of coverage today, and down the road you want to convert that over to a permanent policy, you don't have to convert the full amount over. Let's say you wanted to convert $500,000 of the $1 million down the road, and then the other $500,000 that's left in your term policy, you just let that expire once the term's up. You can do that as well. You don't have to convert the full amount over. And something to be aware of, when you do convert this term policy over to a permanent policy, the premium is going to be more. I mean, that's just the nature of permanent insurance. The premium is quite a bit more than term insurance. So that's something to be aware of. So don't be surprised when you do make this conversion that your premium's not going to be that $50 a month anymore. It could be almost, might be $400 or $500 a month. But you're also getting a permanent policy, which has a lot more benefits than a term insurance policy, and you have a guaranteed death benefit as long as you're paying your premium, and other benefits. I'm not going to dive into it in this video. So just be aware of that, though. And then the last thing I want to talk about with convertible term insurance is, maybe you're someone who's looking for a permanent insurance policy now, but the premium amount is too much. That's where convertible term insurance, like I just covered, is a great option, because you can lock in insurability now, get the necessary coverage you need for you and your family, and then down the road as your cash flow improves, you can revisit a permanent policy and just convert either all or some of your term insurance policy over to a permanent policy, and you don't have to go through medical underwriting again. So it's a lot smoother of a process and a quicker process getting that permanent plan or that permanent policy if you already have a convertible term in place. So that's just another way to go about using this. Like last year I helped someone set up a convertible policy, term policy, because they wanted a permanent policy, but their cash flow just they didn't have enough cash flow to make sense of it. So we got him set up on a convertible policy. So now down the road, he has the option to convert it over. So I hope this video brought some value to you. This has shed some light on the convertible term policy. It's not really talked about that much, but it's a very powerful option to be aware of. And if you do have any questions on this, leave them in the comments below. I would be happy to answer those. And then if you're new to the channel, subscribe, like the video. I put out content like this every single week. And that's about it for today's video. Appreciate you watching. I will catch you in the next one.